Good morning, internet world. Nice to be with you, walking back up the hill after walking my daughter to catch her ride to her school program today. And you might think, Reed, you didn't record a video at a farm yesterday. I had peas to plant in the morning. I had a greenhouse to continue moving in the afternoon. And as anyone will tell you, to make a video while you're doing the thing takes so much extra time. I didn't bring a tripod, plus just moving it around in either situation would have either been noisy on the tractor, which is what I was moving the greenhouse with, or just very inconvenient while planting the peas. So this walk back home to eat some breakfast before the day really kicks off with the kiddos is my nice time to chat with you today. Thanks for subscribing to this channel. Thanks for liking the video, for following and pushing all the different buttons that are there to set reminders to when I'm going to be here, or let the algorithms know, hey, Reed's a decent guy, we want to hear from him a little more. Appreciate that. And, I'm really thinking about the kids today. Yesterday, I'm going to go pick them up today, but scored 2 kids' kayaks. Yes! I live on an island here, and I feel like one of the most important things you can do and live on an island is to be comfortable with the water. And to get out on the water and be paddling is one of my favorite things. Where I live, we've got a canoe that people can use. But it's always so nice to give the kids an opportunity to feel a bit interdependent. So them having their own little kayak to bust out on. My eldest daughter has a paddleboard. Means that, like, once my littlest ones are big enough to do the paddling on their own, they've got the little vessels there for them. And I weigh so little, I'm pretty sure I can go on with my middle child and do a bunch of paddling. Same thing with even the youngest. So I'm super looking forward to that time of getting out on the water. And there's a special peace that comes while paddling, at least I find. And the notion of, I could probably pull a crab trap along with me, maybe bring a small rod and reel, start doing a little harvesting from the amazing wildness that is the waters. We live on the Salish Sea here. A lot of people call it the ocean, and I feel bad, both for the ocean and the sea, that people confuse the two. If you've ever been to the ocean, you probably recognize that the force of the ocean is extreme, and it will kill you. I have witnessed plenty of people die in the ocean. And the sea, it's still powerful, but it pales in comparison. And it's almost, for me as someone who loves the water, the ocean is the Magnus. It's so grand. And to call the sea the ocean kind of just, like, for me, diminishes the potent connection of the nuances of each of them. Like, I'm so glad to live on the sea because it is calmer, and I don't feel as scared when my kids go out on it. I'm like, hey, let's learn to work with this force. That's not to say it can't be rough, because it definitely can be. But it's a whole different beast. It's like whether you're dealing with a fox or a bear. You want to be really mindful if you're around bears. You want to be mindful around foxes. But it's likelihood of you dying is greatly diminished. In fact, should be some other animal I put there. Maybe an anteater, or I'm not sure. But you get my point. They're different. And it's nice to call things by their actual names. And an acknowledgement of, like, the Salish Sea here. That's an indigenous name from this area. I don't even know what the colonist name is, and I personally don't really care. I like calling it the Salish Sea. And if there's a better name for it, I'd like to know that. And I'm not pro with languages by any stretch, even though some people say, Reed, you wrote a book. You're good at language. Well, maybe perceived loosely, and it's all in general comparison, but to know the true name of things feels generous in the realm of like speaking authentically to it. And so that mix up between the sea and the ocean that frequently happens out here is a huge pet peeve of mine. And I'm hearing from a cousin of mine around some familial lineage pieces, and this notion that we have a fair chunk of Mi'kmaq ancestry. And for those who don't know, that's a East Coast tribe up in the, I guess, the Newfoundland and down to Maine area. And I have like some interest in learning some more of that language and seeing how that resonates with my deep cellular structure. I feel like for any of us, whenever we learn any of our ancestral languages, we actually start resonating more deeply with the bones of our being, and that there are essentially hidden memories that lie within each of us, maybe even hidden skills that lie within each of us that can come forward when we have the words combined with that. They unlock aspects of ourselves. That's why it's so important to keep languages alive, because they really are a defining aspect of our culture. And I'd like to ask you the question of like, what defines your culture? You know? Here in North America, it seems like, shopping has sadly become a big piece of the culture compared to hunting and foraging and even gardening or forestry aspects. The notion that some of the dictionaries are getting rid of some words related to nature in place of putting technological words there, that's a sad thing. I'm totally cool with adding words to the dictionary, but subtracting them, that feels a bit sad. That's how we lose languages, one way anyway. And so I'm wondering if you have any special words that help connect you with a sense of deep culture. If you could write those in the comments below, that'd be super great. I'd love to hear from you what your potent words are. Thanks for watching today. Thanks for subscribing. And remember, have too much fun.